Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a python. Start by drawing an oval as a guide for the head. An easy way to draw an oval is to first make a few small marks to indicate the sides of the shape, and then connect the small marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the oval. Make sure that the marks for the width of the oval are farther apart than the marks for the height. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake, and pause the video to draw at your own pace. Draw a curved horizontal line across the oval as a construction guide. Draw the line close to the center of the oval. Above that, draw a curved vertical line for another construction guide. Starting on top of the head, draw a line that curves to the right for the first part of the body. We'll draw the body in segments to make the process a bit easier. On the right side of the head, draw another line for the lower edge of the body. Make sure that the two lines are roughly parallel to each other. Curve this line up, and then at the top curve it to the left so that it's above the first line. Now continue drawing this line farther to the left, and at the tip curve it up slightly. Below that, draw another curved line to continue with the rest of the body. This line starts slightly above the head and then curves up and then to the right. And at the top, curve the line back down toward the first part of the body. So far, the body should be sort of similar to a round letter S. Now let's draw a couple of long lines to create a tree branch so that the python has something to coil around. So draw two long sloping lines, but don't overlap the initial shapes as you draw the lower edge of the branch. Make the bottom of the branch slightly wider than the top. Now we're going to continue drawing the shape of the body below the previous shapes. So at the bottom, draw a small shape similar to the letter U. You might find it helpful to lightly sketch this part of the body directly over the previous shapes. This way you'll know where to place this section of the body in relation to the top. So draw a long curved line for the lower edge of this section of the body. This section of the body is basically a big letter U. Notice how this section of the body curves down below the branch. Curve the line at the top so that it's higher than the branch. The top part of the body will be curving away from the viewer and then coming back forward. Now to the right, start drawing the coiled section of the body around the branch. Draw this section of the body as curved vertical lines. Draw the vertical lines far apart so that the shape of the body is thick. And remember to sketch lightly at first and only darken the lines when you get the shape right. Now add another coil farther to the right. The shape of the body starts at the top and then curves toward the viewer and then back down and under the branch and then back up and over the branch to form multiple coils. You can add as many of these coils as you'd like to create a very long snake. Farther to the right, draw a couple of small curved lines to create the shape of the tail. Make the tip of the tail thin and pointy. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch 2 small circles for the eyes. Place the eyes on top of the horizontal construction guide and on either side of the vertical guide. When you get the shapes of the eyes right, darken the lines. As you darken the eye on the right, draw a curved sloping line at the top for the brow. Add a sloping line above the eye on the left too, and then darken the shape. Make the right edge of the eye on the left a bit more angular than the initial circle. Inside the eyes, draw thin lines for the slit pupils. Draw tiny circles next to the pupils for highlights. On the lower section of the head, lightly sketch an angled line for the mouth. When you get the shape of the mouth right, darken the line. The shape of the mouth should be similar to the letter W. On the left side, curve the line up toward the eye. Bend the line to emphasize the shape of the head. Add a curved line for the outer edge of the head. Between the eyes, draw a short horizontal line to emphasize the front plane of the face. Follow the horizontal construction guide as you draw the line. Below that, draw a few thin, pointy shapes for the heat pits. Curve the path of the heat pits to follow the shape of the mouth. Starting on the middle of the mouth, draw 2 long sloping lines for the flicking tongue. At the bottom, draw an angled line to create the fork on the tongue. Now draw a long line under the mouth for the lower jaw. Curve the line to the right along the basic path of the initial oval. At the top, curve the line to the left to create the top part of the head. Add another curved line on the left side for the other side of the head. Don't close off the shape at the top to emphasize the connection of the head to the body. If you've made it this far, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And now let's move on to the body. Create the rest of the body by simply darkening the initial guides. Draw a few curved lines to help you emphasize the shape of the body. And these lines aren't absolutely necessary, but they do help separate the planes on the body. Darken the lines for the tree branch, but don't overlap the shape of the body. Now erase the initial guidelines. Now go over the final lines with permanent ink. Take your time and be careful when you ink your drawing to avoid any accidents. When the ink dries, erase the rest of the pencil marks. Now color your drawing. I'm using alcohol markers to color, but you can use colored pencils too. Use dark brown to create the pattern on the body. The pattern on the body is made up of big, irregular shapes. Add a couple of markings on the head as well. Color using light shades of brown first and gradually move on to darker shades. Make sure that you use reference as you color so that you get the correct markings on your drawing. Color the eyes brown too. Color the rest of the body using a very light brown. Add a few shadows on the body using brown. Pick a light source as you color so that the shadows are consistent throughout the body. Color the tree branch using different shades of brown and a bit of green. Go over the final lines with ink again to emphasize the shapes. Keep coloring until you're happy with the result, and that's it for the python. Remember to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com for more tutorials. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. Let me know in the comments what other animals you want to see me draw. Don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.